What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. So we're focusing on what the Toronto Maple Leafs should do with the 8th overall pick in the draft. They're obviously picking a lot higher than Leafs fans would like. Nature of the beast having a disappointing season. If you saw my mock draft, I got him taking Jake Virtanen, the Calgary Hitmen. I believe Bob McKenzie does as well. So, I'm in good company. There's some other options on the board for forwards. Nick Ritchie out of the Peterborough Petes is an option. Perlini out of the Niagara Ice Dogs is another option. Nylander, defenseman maybe Hayden Fleury or Anthony D'Angelo from Sonia. If I had to bet, I'd go with my pick of Jake Virtanen. I just think for some reason they'd like him. I don't know, just get that gut feeling. And, he's kind of got a little bit of the Rick Nash to him, so my prospect profile on him, I go a little more in depth in terms of his play. But again, I think he'd be a good fit. He was the number one overall pick in the WHL Bantam draft 3 years ago. And, I think he's going to continue to develop and be a player that can make an impact at the next level in time. I don't think he's, close to the NHL, and that's not a knock on him. That's just, the way it goes. But I think there's a possibility, he's a legitimate top six forward, 25 goals, 25, 30 goal scorer. Having one of those in the organization, is big. And, I think someone asked me if I think I'd take a goalie. No, they would not take a goalie that high. Obviously, I think Bernier's going to be their man. Reimer is on his way out the door. They'll sign Bernier to a long-term extension over the summer, or probably before the summer. And I think it's a possibility that Reimer's moved on draft day. They get another pick back for him, whatever. And I think later on in the draft, maybe they go after a goalie. But until then, I don't see that being the case. Not that early in the first round, anyway. And they got a lot of holes to fill in that organization. They still don't have a number one defenseman. I'm sorry, but Dion Phaneuf is not going to be a number one defenseman in the National Hockey League. I think maybe Morgan Riley develops into one, but we saw there were some growing pains with him, and the shots against just caught up to them down the stretch, and they need a defenseman in that organization that can cut down on the shots against, turn defense and offense into all those things at a higher level than Dion Phaneuf. So that's something to keep an eye on. But I think it's going to be an intriguing offseason for the Leafs. It always is. I think they'll be trying to address not only needs but also getting rid of guys. If they got to get rid of Clark, if they can find a team dumb enough to get to eat Clarkson's contract, I think they would move that in a heartbeat, and I think they regret that. But anything could change between now and when the puck drops for the season opener in October. One thing that won't change is that Leafs fans will continue to be passionate and love their team, regardless of how much their organization, messes things up for them, time and time again. Anyway, that's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ and what the Toronto Maple Leafs should do with their first round pick, the 8th overall pick in the 2014 draft. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season, the playoffs, and beyond. Later, guys.